Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through the Australia Day edition of racing this weekend from Royal Randwick. We're going to be having a look at 5 key races in depth this weekend. Of course, we've got the $100 hot seat later in the show, and a gentleman here that I've spent many Australia Days with, both away from the track and at the track. Mike Wood, welcome in, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Great to be with you on a Thursday night as always.
Yep.
Looking forward to a massive weekend of racing, a few days of racing, Saturday through Monday this weekend. Looking forward to the analysis tonight as well.
Yep.
A few big races to attack. We've just been ticking over the off-season, ready for a big win soon, Stu.
Off-season, yes. Well, I guess it has been on the racetrack, but I tell you what, not in the social media realm. How about Twitter? Absolutely firing out there.
Yeah, don't know too much about it. I signed up today at TRG Mike Wood is the handle, so give me a follow if you can, but I'm a bit apprehensive, Stu.
You signed up today. Well, I can tell you what, mate, it's going to be an absolute minefield out there for you, so you've got to be very careful. And one thing I've got just to welcome you into the fray, there's a few key things I've learnt, Mike, so I'm just going to ask you to have a little bit of a Twitter pledge. I'm going to ask you to put one hand on your heart and one hand on the old iPad. There's a few things we've just got to get out of the way first. So if you can repeat after me.
Yeah.
First one, I'll be constructive and not insulting.
I'll be constructive, not insulting.
Tick. All right, I'll have a thick skin and I'm not going to overreact to all the trolls out there.
I'll have a thick skin and not overreact to the trolls. This is...
Okay, and Mike, very importantly here, don't make it about you. Ask if people are okay if they're under stress.
It's not about me. I'll ask if they're okay if they're under stress.
Done. There you go. Mate? How easy is this?
But surely that's just normal behaviour though, mate.
No, you'd be surprised. It's an absolute minefield, as I said. But Mike, with that, of course, I want you to be tipping a whole bunch of winners. That's what we've got to try and get back towards this weekend at Royal Randwick. So look, take us through the track conditions this week. Plenty of sun, and am I throwing you under the bus enough?
Mate, you're a very old mate of mine, but you keep surprising me. True rail on Saturday. Got to catch up here. What's going on? Royal Randwick, last time the meeting was there, January the 12th, bit of on-pace bias. The rail was out 6 metres. Definitely caught off guard. Good 3 conditions and a fair bias on Saturday. Not like the on-pace bias a few weeks ago because of that plus 6 metre rail, like we said.
Right, 5 key races, Mike. We've got to delve into these. You've got to get right back into all this analysis. Which races are we going to have a look at this weekend at Royal Randwick?
Yeah, and hopefully I tip some winners. Otherwise, I will regret Twitter. Race 1, we're avoiding the 2-year-olds. Race 2, the highway, a bit tricky. Race 3 is a decent 1,100 metre sprint. We'll be tipping in that race later. We like 4 of the mares. We like 5 over 2,000 metres. Race 6 is a bit of a match race, that one. A couple of horses that we don't know too much about, so we'll avoid race 6. And 7, 8 and 9 will finish off with those quaddy legs, definitely. Okay, so the very first one that you've decided to have a target at here is race number 4. It's the summer racing handicap over the 1,600 metres. And an interesting rider altercation here. We've got Huey Bowman. He's trying to tame the Tory Jane because I tell you what, Mike, you look through our form guide and you're going to see the P plates are on. Race keenly, jump slowish. Is Huey the answer here? He could be. Good barrier, good jockey. Tory Joy, not Tory Jane, caught you off guard as well. They made benchmark 78. Pumpkin Pie's third up over 1,600 metres. What is Richard Freeman doing? He's a great trainer. Can he pull it off? Fair 1,600 metres with a few going forward. Good dry conditions and a fair bias, we hope. Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the first race that we're looking at. It is race number 4 and Tory Joy. Yes, you did get me there, Mike. Into favouritism here. $2.40 for Huey, as I said. Luscantire Lass, $4.40 here. Up to the mile. Extreme Bliss. Well, this was a decent win last day, wasn't it? $6.50 there for David Brightoak. We've got Nicky's Gold in at $7.50 there for Robbie Dolan. And well, Bella Success, let's see if she can swoop today at $9. But Mike, Tory Joy, this was a gutsy performance. Yeah, gutsy performance. She races keenly. Like you said in the race guide, you'll see those little flags. She's been a bit of a P-plater of late. She led this day. Looks like she's cruising along, but she's humming along at a really strong tempo, giving everything else their chance behind. Andrew Mallion pulled off an absolute gem of a ride on Extreme Bliss, just coming up the inside here. You can't believe it. And he just grabs Tory Joy late. Yeah, well, this is about where these two said, see you later. Put a pretty big margin on these. And look, a couple of these in behind, Mike. Strome, I really don't know about this run. Yeah, maybe a couple of plotters. The time was good in this race, but maybe the form references are still to be decided. Extreme Bliss, a great ride. Can he pull off the ride from barrier 1 again? Well, let's see. And look, another horse here, tracked a bit of support there, into $7.50 is Nicky's Gold. So let's go a fair way back. We're going back to last year. And of course, this was on the backup, Mike, but importantly at Randwick, and this was 1,400 metres. Yeah, I think she's 3 starts for duck eggs at Randwick, or 0-0-0, but her form ratings at Randwick are pretty good. Yep. This is on the backup last preparation. This is at Randwick, like you said, Stu. And the big thing here is looking at her form references versus Tory Joy. She finishes alongside a horse called Touch of Mink on the outside there, and then Maddie Smith, the Cook colours, with a yellow cap. and touch of me can just come from betting Tory Joy last start.
As you do, Mike, you can always pull out a really good replay and, of course, line up all that form, and that's what we're about to do as we really try and dissect this race. So let's get into all the form and the analysis for race 4 at Royal Randwick this weekend.
Yeah, can't deny Tory Joy is flying on this preparation. It was a big run on a strong tempo last start, so we'll just light her up, even though Nikki's Gold's going pretty well.
Fair enough. Well, it is Tory Joy on top there. Now, key factors is trying to sort her out all this sort of race. Mike, progression, who's got it?
Yeah, third up, Pumpkin Pie. She melted in the yard second up, didn't she? Will she melt on 33-degree day again? But she's definitely got upside for Richard Freeman. And my psychiatrist races well fresh. Very sneaky down the bottom.
Geez, you did have a big win on that at one time in its career. Distance at stage of preparation.
Yeah, 15 to 16. Tory Joy so tough she should love it. Missy Bell back to 1600 metres should suit better too.
Okay, so it's Tory Joy the favourite. Out on top here, going a couple of lengths clear. Track conditions.
Yeah, big surprise for some people. They'll think Nikki's Gold with 3 starts for nothing at Randwick doesn't like it, but coming from Rosehill to Randwick, we think it should suit this sweeper.
Okay, so it's Nikki's Gold making a bit of a run here, Mike. Favourite just in front, position in run. Who does that help?
Just enough tempo for it to be even across the board, but if one more leader gets scratched, it'll be up for the favourites there, up for the leaders there.
Righty, okay, so it's Tory just hanging on for us. So the favourites winning our mini race there, full of key factors, Mike. But look, people want to have a bet here in race number 4. So here we are, all the ratings, all the odds. Who's coming out of the pack here? It's Nikki's Gold charging at the favourite, 750 to 40. A couple of the other favourites there in behind, Mike, but we like these two by the looks of it here.
Yeah, Luskin Ty, we haven't talked about her. She was so good on a slow tempo last time at 1400 metres. She exploded. Last time at the mile, she drifted and she tied. Maybe she's better this time around, but she's small, muscular. I just want to see her do it.
Yep.
Tory Joy, Nikki's Gold, so hard to beat. Tory Joy on pace. She's such a strong animal. She'll make it a really genuine 1600 metres, we think. So Tory Joy's our best bet. And Nikki's Gold, coming from the back of the pack, flying home, the same form ratings, we think they can fight up the finish.
Okay, so it's the favourite there as the best bet, Tory Joy in race number 4. The second race we're going to have a look at is race number 5, and it's the happy 18th birthday, the Tom Morris handicap over the 2,000 metres. I think we better ring Tom and see if we can get a tip in his own race. And I'll tell you what, Mike, another Tom who's going well is Tommy Markon, riding so well, and he's got one more week, I believe, before he returns to the UK, and it just so happens to be on Johnny O'Shea's only runner here in Burdebeck.
Yeah, Burdebeck, good grace day up to 2,000 metres, benchmark 88, almost half the field's 5th up, including a couple on the way up, maybe a couple on the way down. Can Roman Sun maintain his form, this preparation deep into his prep? Fair 2,000 metres, good dry conditions, and a fair bias, we hope, on Saturday. Okay,
plenty of questions to be answered here. Let's have a look at the market for race number 5. And dominant win last start to So You Win, $2.50 there off that big win at Rosehill. Asterius, well, this is the horse that was chasing really hard that same day, $4.80. Island Missile, $6.50 here. How about the form? In behind, live and free, its last few starts. Roman Sun racing well at $7, just not being able to break through. And there's that horse for Tommy Markman, Burdebeck. 11's into $8 and we'll just miss last start.
Yeah, some money for a few horses. I've nibbled them on Wednesday afternoon, Stu, so I've got a couple there. And there's only one replay we need to look at in this particular race, because it's all about whether you like this replay or you don't.
All right, I like this.
So You Win near the pace on the back up, off a very slow tempo, explodes to win. Asterius chasing pretty well, but the sectionals here, 11.99, 11.2, 11.2, 11.7, were pretty much exactly the same as all 2 Royal in a 1,200 metre race before. This was only a 700 metre race, Stu.
Statman galore. There you go. Well, look, so you're saying they've just won the race between themselves here.
Yeah, the margins look huge. It looks like they had a really testing race, but So You Win just had a massive turn of foot against a field of grinders, so treat that form with caution.
Okay, looks like the punters have really got to have a good look at this race, so that's why we're going to dissect it for you here. All the form, all the key factors for this race, Mike. Take it away.
You can't deny it was a good win, though, but we're just not giving him a big gold bar like you might expect. A few stays with decent form, light up a few of them there.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. Gold across the page. What about key factors, Mike? We need to split these up.
Yeah, one thing about So You Win is he can be improving this preparation for Chris Waller. He's a great trainer that can improve his stays over time, and So You Win fits that profile.
Okay, so a little bit of gold there for the favourite. Distance at stage of preparation.
Supporters of the grey Asterius would be absolutely pulling their hair out. 3 out of 4 starts this preparation, slow tempos. That's unbelievable. The odds are 1,000,000 to 1. Roman Sun, 2,000 metres and more genuine 2,000 metres suits, and Burdebeck, he should like 2,000 metres too.
Hey, look at this race. This is really on right across the board here with Roman Sun levelling up to So You Win. Track conditions, Mike.
Yeah, back to Randwick. I don't think he liked Gosford last start. If you watched the replay, hung on the turn, lost some ground, got back. he finished off pretty well. Randwick's better for him.
Some real strength there for Roman Sun. Back to Randwick, and, well, who gets this position in run?
Yeah, don't forget Tarson for Joey Pride. He could love 2,000 metres, and he's drawn to get a beautiful run behind Mercurial Lad.
Okay, so look, it was So You Win out in front, then Roman Sun decided to come in. Bit of love there for Tarson, very late, Mike. So look, there's a bit of a game on here. Let's have a look now at all the prices and all the ratings for the fifth race of the day. And Mike, look, the favourite, look, I would have expected a little bit more love there, $2.50. But look, Roman Sun hasn't won this preparation, but we know what this horse is pretty much capable of. And well, Tarson pretty much levelled up there late, Mike.
Yeah, it's a really close finish. We think if it's going to be a steady tempo, we think So You Win and Island Missile will be hard to beat. They're the horses with the most power, the biggest turn of foot. But hopefully the jockeys and the other horses know about that and they make it a genuine test, because I back the rest of them. And we've got a couple up there at decent odds, don't we? So a couple of decent middle distance types. Roman Sun's going to be so hard to beat with a decent run if he can maintain his form this preparation. And Tarson for Joey Pride, massive odds.
All right, I'm on there with you on the Roman Sun. There's a look at the second race we're having a look at this weekend. But stick around after the break and we're going to pluck three more out of the gates. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. The third race we're going to have a look at this weekend, it is race 7. It's the listed Carrington Stakes worth $150,000 over the 1,400 metres. And I tell you what, Mike, since I first saw these acceptances, I thought, right, am I going to be taking Gouri Cup form here through Penske, or am I going to be taking Group 2 Apollo Stakes form through Endless Drama?
Well, you'd think Endless Drama, mate, but the market says otherwise. We'll see that in a second, what's going on. Listed level race, Endless Drama and Tom Melbourne, both first up for Chris Waller. What a great stable he is. Fair 1,400 metres. Quite a bit of pressure here. Could even be stronger, and good dry conditions we talked about all show. Yeah,
well, look, could be absolutely worlds apart based on form, but the market, they've got Penske on top here, $3.60, who returned a winner and looks to be in good form. Endless Drama, well, what a trial this was, sent forward and exploded away, $4.60. Flow, well, let's just say no luck at Doomben at all, $4.80. Tom, he's back, $5.50. Punters not letting him get under the guard here. We've got Burning Passion off a little freshen since the razor sharp, and Religify there at 11s, Mike. But Penske, the Gouri Cup form's holding up here.
$3.60, what is going on? We're not going to look at the replay, but we'll talk about him in the analysis. And Tom, like you said, Stu, I like seeing those odds, but the figure I want to see is how much the tab has taken out of him over the last 3 years.
Yeah, true.
He has not won. Let's have a look. He's come second to coming through. First up his last two preparations. I think both of those starts were in Group 2 races. He did get a good positioning run this day. This is first up last preparation, but this is a Group 2 race. This is weight for age, and once against you, he is right in the finish.
That's what we've got to say about this race, Mike. We've got Group 2 form, we've got plenty of Group form against this Penske form, so this is what we're looking at.
Yeah, he carried a few more kilograms in Dixie Blossoms there. Imagine her on 52 kilograms in this race on Saturday. She'd be very short.
And look, we're going to go back 12 months to this race. Let's have a look at Endless Drama, because in 2018, this horse ran third. And have a look at some of the horses that were contesting last year. Prized Icon and, of course, the winner, Lanciato.
Yeah, we backed him this day, didn't we? He's good, fresh horse. He's a big, powerful type. They took him a while to figure him out.
Underwriting,
They ran him over the mile a couple of times. But he's got a huge, powerful turn of foot. You saw in his trial he can really sprint. And this day he was wide. He had to come early. He put in a massive sprint down the outside. He just peaked late from the inside barrier. He'll be very hard to beat on Saturday.
Yeah, look, we were happy with that each-way bet last year. Let's see if he'll be shaping up in the each-way bets this year as we get stuck into all the analysis here, Mike. Form and the key factors for the Carrington Stakes.
Yeah, very hard to line up some of these fresh horses. Penske definitely doesn't get a gold bar, winning a lower grade race first up. Flo should have won first up, so maybe he gets the gold bar.
Rightio. Okay, so it's Flo there for form. Key factors time, Mike. A lot of these surely with progression.
Yeah, with progression. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to readjust some of these form ratings for the first up ratings they've got. So obviously Endless Drama, great first up ratings. Tom Melbourne, fantastic first up ratings as well. Maybe Penske, maybe he can improve second up for Waterhouse.
All right, so plenty of gold here, all for the favourites, Mike. What about distance to stage of preparation?
Yeah, Tom Melbourne, they tried him over 18 last prep and he probably just knocked up. Back to 1,400 metres. Seems to be his best ratings recently for Waller, 14 to 1,600 metres.
Tommy levelling up here. All right, let's see if he can keep going, Mike. Track conditions, he's still there.
Yeah, big, powerful, dry tracker, Endless Drama. He's the one with the big turn of foot.
And has just jumped in terms of the lead here with Flo and Tom Melbourne. And our mini race, Mike, position in run. A little kick here for Endless Drama.
Yeah, a bit of a scratching of Galwad today gives Endless Drama the box seat position behind Burning Passion. And like we said, he's got a big turn of foot when he wants it.
Okay, so it's Endless Drama there, winning our mini race from Flo and Tom Melbourne. Penske just looked a couple of lengths in there behind, so these favourite punters, they're going to have a real watch as we bring all the odds back in and all the key factors, Mike. Time for a bet in the Carrington. Endless Drama, I know this has been a popular horse of yours over the years, $4.60, Flo $4.80, Tommy Melbourne, well look, he's right there, he's due to run second according to these ratings, and well, Penske, the favourite, a couple of lengths behind, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Tom Melbourne rated second.
Of course he is.
Hopefully we get it right, but yeah, there's 3 horses that can win this race. We think Endless Drama, Flo, Tom Melbourne. Tom Melbourne is Tom Melbourne. Flo is drawn wide.
True.
So we'll just take Endless Drama each way. A bit of a boring bet, but he's drawn the box. He's got a massive turn of foot. He might just peak the last 15 metres, but he's a great each way play.
All right, there's a look at race number 7 of the Carrington Stakes. Let's have a look now at race 8. It's hashtag the race's handicap over the 1,400 metres. And Dealmaker, Mike, he is back. He's still a colt for now. And well, this prep could pretty much make or break him. And a couple of really interesting nominations here, or acceptance, I should say. Steve O'Day from Brizzy and Gay. Oh, geez, she just brings some horses in off these trials, doesn't she?
Yeah, Sonderland's one of them. This is going to be a strong betting race. Race 8, late in the day, hot summer's day. The money's going to be coming. A couple of first uppers here. Sonderland, Dealmaker, both first up for big stables. Not too much tempo. Sonderland could get an easy time in the lead in good dry conditions, especially late on a hot day at Randwick. Yeah,
very true. The weather conditions out there. Let's have a look now at the market for race number 8, and it is that horse you speak of, Sonderland, $3.10. You know, got the barrier 11, I guess, but really got that carbine club form from last preparation. Dealmaker, Mike, $4.60. We know this horse is group quality. He's resuming. Reckless Choice. Look at the money here. $11 into 7. I know you've touched on a bit of this as well, Mike. Well done. Superstar Bob. Well, is this horse going to bounce back? $8.50. And then Sparky Lad, Glyn and Waller. Always a good combination, Mike. But Sonderland on top of the market.
Yeah, on top of the market. Really good trials. We're not going to look at them, but you can look at them at home. We're going to have a look at a couple of first up runs, starting with Dealmaker, the colt bred from Dundeel, with group level racing coming to benchmark grade. This is him first up, last preparation over 1,400 metres. He hit the line really, really well, but conditions maybe in his favour, chop out of the track, and a genuine tempo this day.
Yeah, well look, they all just fanned off, didn't they? But love the way this horse just surges late, Mike. Doesn't have to do too much from the inside, so it's interesting to see what sort of run he gets on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely terrified of him this first up on Saturday. Probably not going with him. We'll see what the analysis says. Definitely on a firm track, maybe a bit of a negative for him, but he absolutely smashes the line. His trial was pretty nice.
Okay, let's have a look at another horse, Mike. One of a bit of odds here, Prometheus. We're going to take you back to, well, it's June last year at Rosehill, over the 1,400 metres. And note this horse is first up on Saturday for Matty Dale, off no trials, Mike. But we're looking at some good horses in this race, including Flo and New Universe, so no mugs around him here.
Yeah, the first time through the form guide, you kind of look at this horse and you go, oh, a bit of a pen job. He wasn't racing very well last preparation. Then you have a closer look. He's got a new trainer. Matty Dale's doing so well with these horses fresh from other stables. And first up, last preparation, he's right next to Universe in a really strong form reference. His dry track form is great. He's never finished worse than 5th on a dry track, and he can go forward if he jumps clean. Very sneaky.
Sure, he's got him training really nicely down there in the Moruya Beaches.
Can we call Matty Dale now?
Good luck to the stable. Let's have a look now at all the race here, Mike. We've got the form and the key factors to get through here.
Yeah, very closely matched, but Reckless Choice, flying last preparation, should have been unbeaten and almost should have won first up over 1,200 metres.
Okay, so it's a big yellow bar there for Reckless Choice on the form, Mike. Key factors time. Who's got all the progression here? Look at that, all the favourites.
Yeah, Sonderland, big progression for Waterhouse's preparation. The trials have been enormous. Dealmaker, 3-year-old on the way up, massive progression too. Reckless Choice, why can't he keep improving? And Prometheus, he races well fresh, that's why he gets a gold bar.
Well, the punters think Reckless Choice can, by the looks of it. What about distance at stage of prep?
Yeah, up to 14 should suit this Queenslander who really hits the line. Superstar Bob back from a strong 1550. He should like the 14, and the Sparky Lad, 14 to 15 is better for him than the mile.
All right, the Queenslander hitting a gap like Billy Slater. Mike, what about the track conditions?
Yeah, Superstar Bob out from the Kenzo onto Randwick. That's a plus for him. Prometheus, firm dry track. That's a plus for the ex-Snowden galloper. Okay,
so still Reckless Choice on top, ahead of Sonderland, Mike. Position in run. Who's just going to get that great run?
Yeah, after all that complex analysis, if you're a speed mapper, Sonderland just gets the lead, shut the gate, and Wayanka just gets the box seat. they get the gold bars for position and run.
Okay, so Sonderlon, reckless choice here, Mike. Two of the money horses, they've got a lot of gold there and they've just streeted out pretty late. Look, time for a bet here. I might be able to see where this one's going. A bit of money coming in for reckless choice, as we said. You're already on, but Sonderlon 310. So hang on, you've got to have a pretty big choice here. 310, $7. I know which way you're going to go, but look, Dealmaker Mike, really interested to see how he's going to go. 460. The punters have got to get in at that price, don't they?
Absolutely terrified of him. Can't back him on the ratings, obviously, but terrified of him. From the money comes, and a little bit of softness in the track. If they water a bit too much, then maybe he can storm home late. I wanted to smash Sonderlon as well, but the tab just came up $3, and maybe it's just a bit short. We'll see what happens Saturday. There's a couple at value there, aren't there? Reckless choice each way. He's got to be the best, but he's going to be so hard to beat on Saturday. The Queenslander running on from midfield from the inside barrier. You just want reckless choice to jump well. He's definitely our best bet. Okay. And the value bet Prometheus, first up from Matty Dale. We'll be calling him as soon as we can. We'll be looking at the mounting yard and the market because he is so sneaky on Saturday.
All right, so it's reckless choice there for us in race 8, the money horse, and race 9, Mike, rise up at the Championships handicap over the 1600 metres, and well, only a nose separated a few of these last start. Onslaught, Sama Doubt and Organza. And New Universe, Mike, one of yours, Huey jumps on. What do you do with him on Saturday?
Don't know, 1600 metres, but the best form rating is just about benchmark 88. Organza's 6th up. Such a genuine mare, but can she hold her preparation? You can't hold preparations forever.
True.
And a fair 1500 metres with a few going forward, including King Tom Lawler.
All right, Organza, yeah, great run last start. Let's have a look at the market now for race number 9 as they get out stakes on Saturday at Royal Randwick. And, well, here is that form line, Mike, because Organza, probably, well, I might say the best run out of that race, $2.90. We've got Gresham, of course, in some winning form as well, $5. There's Sama Doubt and Onslaught, the two that were fighting it out with Organza, both at $7. And, well, New Universe, well, there's a horse that was running home behind Gresham. So there's two real form lines going into this race, Mike, and the punters think they've got it between them.
Yeah, New Universe was one we really wanted to have a close look at because through Onslaught he's got a great form reference. It's just 1600 metres. Huey Bowman will have to be lifting him late. Let's have a look at that three-way finish you talked about, Stu, with Organza. And I know you backed her this day. You went against the key factors analysis and it almost paid off because ours is out the back doing nothing. The leader Sama Doubt going well. Onslaught gets the peachy run and Organza just had no cover from about the 600 metres chasing, and she was so genuine, wasn't she, Stu?
She definitely was. And look, my big question to you here, Mike, 1600. This is pretty much the key this weekend, another 200 on top of this.
Yeah, she smashed the line at Gosford, but that was a pretty slow tempo to start before this. 1600 metres might just see her out, but inside barrier dry track, I guess she should be okay.
Okay, all right. Well, look, let's have a look at another race now. This was over 1,500 metres, Mike. And, well, look, we've got a few to look at in this race, but I'll tell you, I'm very, very, very intrigued here by the ride of Jay Ford out the back. Could he just been a bit more positive on this?
Well, I'm not sure what he's doing yet. We'll get to that in a second. Firstly, King Tom Lola absolutely carving up Thy Kingdom Come. It was a short price favourite who knocked up off a really strong tempo. Eagle Bay, not interested. Just drifting out the back, not doing much at all. We kind of liked in this day. The jockey's starting to get interested now, but when you see what he does, when he gets a couple of hits with the whip from the 90 metre mark, can you believe it only? Yeah, that's hitting the line, Stu.
There he is, just coming into picture. Have a look at this bit though. Past the line, going through the field.
Yep.
Yeah, look, that's decent. It's a good replay to have a look at. That's
it's a smoky, that's for sure.
That's what we've got to do. Now we've got to analyse this whole race, Mike. The form and the key factors for race 9. Take it away.
Yeah, very interesting one. Organza, probably the best run. New Universe gets a great form rating as well. And Eagle Bay, massively down in weight. He's not too bad in the form ratings, not far from the favourites.
Okay, so there's all the form. Key factors, we've got to split these up, Mike. Progression.
Progression, looking for the horses that can improve. High Miss can improve second up, and Rodrigo, a bit of upside, but not too much for the favourites.
Okay, so pretty much Organza and New Universe still out in front there from the form. Distance at stage of preparation.
Yeah, big strider. His record at the mile is great. Really strong finisher. Eagle Bay gets the gold bar for the mile. Okay,
right down the bottom, that's some pretty good value here, Mike. Levelling up. What about track conditions?
Yeah, looking for horses that like it. Not too much difference. So much dry track form recently. They're all okay.
Okay, so New Universe and Organza in our mini race from a whole wall of them, Mike. Position in run. Does this help?
Yeah, Organza drawn to get a peachy run. Onslaught to get the beautiful run again behind the leader. They could get the positions and runs again. Okay, so it's Organza just sliding out in front as you might expect a favourite to do. Onslaught there, New Universe right in behind, Mike. It's race 9, time for a bet. Let's bring all these ratings in. I want to hear plenty of confidence from you here in race 9 to wrap things up. We've had a look at 5 races. This is the last one. Organza, $2.90, Mike. Pretty much short enough for me now. Onslaught, $7, $9.50 there for New Universe in behind. But there's a few right there. Gresham, Sama Doubt, and look, Eagle Bay, only a couple lengths behind here, Mike. We saw that replay.
$19, eh?
Yeah, pretty good odds. On sort of, if you've been to the mile before, we might like him each way in Universe. He just hasn't hit the line at the mile, even though he rates so well. Gresham's up 10 kilograms, so it's going to be really hard for him to win. And Organza, we do like her. She gets a great run, but geez, she's short. You wanted some confidence, you've got absolutely nothing. What you've got is Eagle Bay out the back smoking his pipe. He's the best bet for us each way. He's massive odds. He's firming. He could finish even firmer, we think.
Okay.
Hopefully the tempo's on because he'll be running home hard.
Already some good money there for Eagle Bay in the last, Mike. There's a look at 5 races in depth. Now, we're going to go to another break and then we're going to come back and look at the $100 hot seat. And of course, Mike, any other tips for the day? I'm really keen to get your thoughts.
Looking forward to that, mate.
Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. We've had an in-depth look at 5 races this weekend at Royal Randwick, but there's plenty more punting to be had on the card, Mike. I know the team's been hard at all the form and the analysis this weekend, so with the other 4 races, let's get a few tips in. Come on.
Let's have a look. And all the analysis obviously on the raceguide.com.au, up today, up tomorrow, and updates on Saturday morning up to final scratchings. Race 1, Espana for the Waterhouse Stable, so hard to beat. Good trial. Good first up performance, last preparation, $2.50. Estrado from a good 2-year-old stable at $51. The trial was okay. Against a Godolphin horse, we'll take that. She's spicy, so hard to beat at $2.90. She's flying in Queensland. And Alternative Facts, swooping home from last after leading 2 starts ago. Big promise this preparation. Starfall, we think, can get Sylvia's mother. But that's a great match race, isn't it? And C Stella on pace. She'll be so hard to run down for the Matty Dale stable, and hopefully Prometheus can get the cash too.
Okay, well that combined with the 5 key races we've looked at, Mike, pretty much wraps up the card. What about the $100 hot seat? This is all important, putting you on the spot here now, Mike.
Yeah, this is an important $100. We're down for the year so far. We've had a couple of winners, but small losses. Nikki's goal, we like Tory Joy, but the 750 is better for us. Swooping from behind, we're going against So You Win in race 5. So Roman Sun, Berdebeck and Tarson are the ones for us. Tarson a big value. $20 each way on Endless Drama to sink Tom Melbourne, but geez, we're scared of him. Just a bad barrier for the second up, for the horse that always comes second. $10 on Reckless Choice, the Queenslander. $5 on Prometheus, so sneaky first up. And $5 on Eagle Bay. He was sneaky first up himself, and he's second up now.
Okay, a few firmers there and a few at value, Mike. And look, of course, this year we're going down the charity route as well. So what about the charity all-up? What are we going to sneak in here for our charity multi?
Yeah, we give 10% of our winnings in the hot seat, and we also give these charity multis. Nikki's Gold a place, Endless Drama a place, Reckless Choice a place. Come on, let's get the charity total up.
Get the place bets home there for charity in the last. But look, there's a real great look at the racing this week from Royal Randwick. Head to the raceguide.com.au for all your horse profiling at Royal Randwick. Head to this guy's Twitter page as well if you feel the need. And of course, enjoy Australia Day wherever you are around this great country of ours. Until next week, that's all from us.
Cheers, have a great weekend.